Opinion polls show that nuclear energy enjoys mixed social and political acceptance. Here is what you need to know about nuclear energy. Nuclear is a zero-emission clean energy source and is available 24/7. Nuclear energy can be produced in two ways: fission, when nuclei of atoms split into several parts, or fusion, when nuclei fuse together. The commonly used form today for energy generation is fission. Let's have a closer look into how nuclear power generation works. It all begins with mining of uranium ore, which is then processed, resulting in a substance called yellow cake. Yellow cake is converted into uranium hexafluoride gas. Uranium hexafluoride is enriched to increase the concentration of the U-235 isotope. The enriched uranium is fabricated into fuel rods, which are assembled into fuel bundles for reactors. Typically 200 of these rods are bundled to form a fuel assembly. Inside the reactor, nuclear fission occurs when uranium atoms split, releasing energy as heat. This heat is converted into steam, which is then used by a turbine generator to generate electricity. Nuclear power currently provides about 10% of global electricity generation. To achieve net zero emissions by 2050, nuclear power generation will have to double, with new plants being built in all countries open to the technology. Nevertheless, the share of nuclear energy in the global electricity mix will be only 8% by mid-century. Knowledge about building and operating nuclear reactors is globally well distributed. However, due to the massive building of reactors domestically, China's market share is expected to grow fast within this decade. Globally, around 100 nuclear power reactors are on order or planned, and over 300 more are proposed. Most reactors planned are in Asia, with China first, followed by India, two fast-growing economies with rapidly rising electricity demand. One big question remains: is there enough uranium available to fuel such a large-scale nuclear build-out? While there is enough uranium in the Earth's crust, uranium faces supply shortages in the mid-term as not many investments took place in the last decade. Even after idle capacity comes back over the next few years, uranium supply deficits will grow deeper towards the end of this decade and beyond. There are new uranium mines in the pipeline, but they will only be in production in the late 2020s or 2030s. The steady demand growth without adequate supply increases the risk of supply and demand mismatches. What about spent fuel? Spent nuclear fuel can be recycled to make new fuel and byproducts. About 95% of its potential energy remains in the fuel, even after 5 years of operation in a reactor. Most countries do not currently recycle spent nuclear fuel, but some countries, such as France, do. As an energy-dense source of power, nuclear energy has a significant role in helping mitigating climate change and has one of the smallest carbon footprints, even taking construction into account. It promotes energy independence as nuclear energy can be produced everywhere and is the only energy source that can supply power around the clock. As such, it provides the crucial baseload power to the electricity grids. What about the well-known issues with nuclear energy? Uranium is non-renewable and produces nuclear waste. The storage and treatment of non-recyclable radioactive nuclear waste is technically not a problem. But since no one wants it in their immediate neighborhood, there are very few long-term storage sites available. Also, a malfunction of a nuclear power plant can be catastrophic and must be mitigated by advanced designs and sophisticated safety measures. The build of a nuclear power plant is very expensive, and therefore energy providers are reluctant to make this substantial upfront investment. Despite these negative points, nuclear energy is a crucial part of our future clean energy supply as it provides our grids with highly reliable baseload power. Invest in the clean energy future. Invest with Talk Capital Management.